What is good, y'all? SG Game, man. It's your boy, Coach Cooper, in the building today, man. So we got another episode of the Indianapolis Colts rebuild, baby. If you guys are enjoying the series, go ahead before I even get started, hit the video with a like, comment, and subscribe as we're getting into the actual season today. I did look at the poll that you guys answered for your boy, and you guys said that you guys wanted just a little bit of preseason highlights, but not the entire thing, and go ahead and jump in game one. So that's why this episode is a little bit longer. We do have some highlights from the preseason, kind of getting things kicked off here with our training camp. Got to make sure the players are right and ready for the season. Got a lot of different drills here that I think can help better some of our young players. So we'll be focusing kind of on some of the newer draft picks, maybe some undrafted free agents, and some of this the younger talent in general, and trying to see if we can make them better. Showing a couple highlights throughout the whole preseason, and then jumping into game one later in the video. I'll try to leave a timestamp down below in case you guys want to just get into game one and see the regular season action. So we got an on fire episode here for you guys today. So I hope you guys do enjoy the action we got put out, and I love that you guys are actually giving feedback back, responding back to the posts that I'm putting out and voting, man. Make sure you guys leave comments too on the videos. Let me know what you guys are thinking of the series, improvements, signings you think I should make, trades you think I should make, players that you think that aren't working out and should get less playing time, players that are getting too or not getting enough playing time and they need more. I'll always listen to some feedback and let you guys kind of help out with some decisions on the team too as well. If you guys want to be active in the series, we definitely can do more of that. I know that's something I don't do a whole lot of with the series, but you know, if you guys comment down below, we'll look into making some of those moves happen. So as you can see though, the mini camp or training camp session here is really, really fun. At least to me it is. I had a great time going through all of these and playing through with different characters, going for these different goals again, like it was old school Madden, man. And I mean, shoot, the only thing that would have made it better is the old school playlist and soundtrack. Because honestly, these were all fun. Some of them were a little bit hard, I'm not gonna lie. Some were pretty easy, but here, this one was just made easy by the fact that undrafted rookie here, Tory McDougall, I think that's how we will say it, McDougall. He was just a beast when it came to running this rock, right? He was really elusive. He felt really shifty, running behind, obviously, Jonathan Taylor, as we don't have a fullback, got us in I formation, even though that is not in the playbook anywhere. That boy was just shifty. So I think during this training camp session, it made me want to get more of a look at him during the preseason. So he did get a lot of playing time through the 3 games. As we were looking to see if maybe he could be running back too. As you know, we have some triple option in the playbook this season to where, a lot of pistol in the playbook where he could be doing some read option stuff for us. And maybe be that feature back when Jonathan Taylor wants to be tired and, needs a little break, a couple rest runs. Maybe let him in, see what he can do, because he actually performed and shined well through these training camp. I almost called them missions. We'll call them side quests. These training camp side quests. As you can see here, this one's more so for the receivers. We see a deep bomb here from Anthony Richards, putting that one greatly in the end zone, just missing on the 500 target there, just hitting it a little too far. As this one's more focused on number 2 receiver, at least in my mind, number 2 receiver, Josh Downs, running these great routes, breaking off the DB. We saw Anthony Richardson earlier showing off the arm talent a little bit with the passing focus drill, and these all come with different rewards. Some XP boosts, some of them come with removing rookie snaps, some of them just straight up skill points for earning some of these. So that's what I thought was pretty valuable with a lot of these. The rookie snaps, getting to know what their development is, 300 plays early. Now of course I don't know if like hidden development, they just kind of earn skill points relative to what they actually do, and like they don't actually start. Like if we had a superstar X Factor, for example, does he just earn star development stuff until the hidden development goes away? That I didn't know, but here you can see we're just kind of going through the motions here with Barrett as he gets all the way to the QB. Only a silver one on that one. I gotta admit, I did not see that there were like some bonuses under people's feet. That was a pretty easy one though if you want to just get through it. I mean, honestly, he's a speed rusher, so moving around quickly was probably pretty easy. Now, if I had a power rusher, I would have just bulldozed through everybody. So he's going to be a key centerpiece for the defensive tackle spot. We're pretty old at that position, so we're still looking to kind of build that up, maybe get some better talent there to stop some people. As here goes one of the drills that I thought was the hardest. I'm not going to lie to you, tackling this running back, I don't know what it was, but Jonathan Taylor better be elite this season. That's all I know is Jalen Jackson, the rookie, was getting shook out of his shoes, couldn't tackle, got mushed out the way, and we ain't getting no medals for that one. As you can see just how terribly that drill went. Kind of like a wasted rep, but also too, just wanted to make sure that he gets better. He's going to be the starting right outside linebacker, whether we like it or not, just because we don't have any other else over there. And of course, with the DB drills, definitely want to go ahead and get a quick look here at some of the young guys we just drafted. Slot corner Vince Anthony. As look at that straight up lockup. coverage sack on his first ever rep, and right before he, looks like he seemingly gets beat here by Josh Downs, but great play there, even pushing him down, showing a little aggressiveness. But be careful with my starters now. That nigga is a bona fide starter. He's going to be a key centerpiece. He's probably going to have 1,000 yards this season. You better chill out on what you be doing with him. Now you can lock him up though, because you better be locking up people like this during the season too, as well. As I think he'll be a great slot for us. He has really good press ability, which is something I realized during this drill. He presses really well, knocking guys off routes and stuff like that. It's going to be very good for when we send blitzes in during nickel stuff. If he's knocking guys off routes and just being a bully up there at the line of scrimmage, we can press him a lot. We can have him play the slot, maybe even sometimes play outside, because he has great man coverage too as well. And then we also want to go ahead and get a look at the new safety that we just picked up too as well. With the, of course, number 1 overall pick in the series, Pierre Collins. He is a free safety, very good zone coverage, as you couldn't really tell on that play, but we're coming in with really good zone. Obviously, we can't see the routes here. Look at him just, hey, knock the ball loose. That's a good read on that one. No, it's short. This one tried to sell out on the short stuff. Still almost came back and made a play on it. So I got to say, using him, I felt a lot of freedom. And that's what we're going to be doing in this series when it comes to how we'll operate. Because I do want the overalls to matter and the ratings to matter. I want this to be as realistic as possible. So for defense, I will be kind of moving between linebackers and safeties, kind of rotating around, making sure I'm not just staying on one person so everybody can get their stats, whether I'm messing them up or making them better. The one thing I didn't want to do is D-line, because obviously we want to get pressure, and I don't want to be up there manually using it, but I also don't want to be taken away from my guys' sacks. So we'll just kind of be staying in their zones or staying with their mans. If they're blitzing, we'll blitz. If they're on man up on the running back and the running back doesn't go on a route, we'll blitz, obviously, like you would do, or like they would do anyway. So during camp here, though, I do like to go full pads because, it's camp. It's supposed to be hard. Full pads, and then, of course, we're going to go either backups or split reps, depending on what somebody's position looks like. So, middle linebacker backups to let Bell get a majority of the XP. Cornerback split to let Vince Anthony get some of that XP. Something like strong safety or free safety I don't have to do because he's our starter, so I can let the starters get the all the reps there. Defensive tackle, we want to go ahead and just split that one because I wasn't sure where they would have Barrett at as far as starters or not, since I have him starting as the rush defensive tackle, just not the number 2 regular defensive tackle. And then on offense, kind of similar thing here. We don't really didn't focus too much on the draft this time around on offense because the tight end we wanted went number 1 overall. Outside of that, I really didn't see too many needs on offense. I'm trusting Anthony Richardson, at least throughout his rookie deal. We have a great running back in Taylor. I like our receiving core with Pittman and Downs, and then even Alec Pierce. So offensively, we didn't have anything to focus on. And then the great thing about, it looks like weekly strategies, you also get another chance at some mini games. So through all these mini games, through training camp, we were able to go ahead and get a plethora of upgrades already to start out the season. So of course, Juan Barrett, finesse move guy. One thing I like to do during these off-season stuff and mini camp sessions is I'm going to be upgrading your other attributes. During the season, you're going to be getting better at what you are best at, but I feel like this is the time right now where you can mess up. This is what they always tell you. This is the time where you can mess up. This is the time where you learn. So we're going to get your weaker skills better. Vincent Anthony already in the 80s in man coverage. Let's work on his zone a little bit. Didn't upgrade his overall at all, but we did get +1 to his zone. Was exactly what we were wanting here. Anthony Richards, he's a great scrambler, but honestly, one of the things he can work on is his accuracies. All basically below 70s on all of them, 82 even on his short, so even that's not even that great. So we want to just go ahead and work on his strong arm. Let's try to get the deep stuff work out a little bit for us. +1 deep, medium, and throw under pressure, so I'll take it. Josh Downs, he's a really good, honestly, all-around receiver. The only thing he doesn't do too well is just run the deep ball route where he catches in traffic. There's a lot of short stuff. He's going to be a very good slot for us this season. But I do like the speed and agility that he kind of comes with too as well. So I think I wanted to work on his physical here, just so he gets off the line a little bit better if we want him to go onto the outside and not work in the slot. +2 spec catch is also a plus. And then we have Michael Pittman Jr., the real star of the receiving core. Does everything well, except for deep routes too as well. So, we could also work on that for him too. He's a physical receiver, just not a playmaker. So we're going to look to see if we can get his deep stuff to work. Ooh, +3 medium? I'll take that. That now bumps that up to 87, 88 on the short with the morality boost. Now he just has to work on his deep accuracy, and we're there. We're in there. So all the preseason stuff is out the way. All the practices are out the way. And you see these boys staring each other down like it's actually the regular season. But starters will only get the first quarter here. So the first couple of drives, game 2, they get 2. And then game 3, they'll get 3 of the 4 quarters. So we'll kind of see what we have for our starting offense here against the starting defense of the Eagles, who's actually a very, very good team. As you see, they went out and scored first. We didn't have too many defensive highlights, so this is going to be mostly offense oriented. As the first thing that I noticed, Richardson actually throws pretty well. He is mobile in the pocket, and our receivers are at least able to get off the line against these Eagles receivers. Now also with the running game, I love the run blocking that we have up front here. Jonathan Taylor to the outside. Great juke move. See, it's a big time run there. We're going to have a great mix of run and pass, I feel like, here. We just got to work on Richardson's accuracies, and this offense can be very dangerous. Now, the only thing that we'll have to worry about then after that point is just making sure the defense is straight. And something I got to say I'm impressed on here, too. Even though we were trying to replace him, the tight end room did very well this preseason as we get a great handoff here to Jonathan Taylor for another first down carry. But I was really impressed with the tight end room. I mean, Mo Alley Cox did very well. We will see Kalani Woods here a little bit later in the video, too, as well as that's a great run up the middle. Zach Moss getting the first down as we had to take Taylor out because he was getting a little tired. So I don't mind it at all. We did have Pittman Jr. go down with a little muscle cramp, so we went and just took him out the game. No reason to force injuries here in the preseason. We're definitely not bringing anybody back quick. Bring back the starters here for the second quarter because you know they're automatically taken out, but I figured why take them out mid-drive. Let them go and finish what they started off, and Alec Pierce gets the first touchdown of the series here. Catching a very easy slant route. Looks like they tried to send a blitz in around it, but Anthony Richardson calm in the pocket, showing that character that I want to see from my starter. And then, of course, you know, we went out and got Teddy B to go ahead and be the backup here at quarterback. And look at the throw on the run, getting that to Kalani Woods and taking the hit going out of bounds as they will get him for roughing the pass. That was an amazing throw on the run going from left to right, cross body. Not only did he make the throw, but took the hit too as well. And we're down 17-7, but this backup unit is playing like they want to get a dub here today as they throw that one down the field to Woods yet again. And they go ahead and get at least a field goal here going into half. So, I mean, you can have some exciting games during preseason now. It does not have to be all regular season. And I do want to show off some of the guys that are going to be key factors to us in the reg. Now, let me know down below, how much do you guys factor in preseason when you're doing your rebuilds, when you're playing online, or even when you're just watching real life? How much do you actually take the preseason stats with a grain of salt here? That's a great play. I think that's Robert Woods making the catch down the field. Teddy B doing great throwing the ball on the run. Almost pinpoint accuracy. Shout out to my man, too, by the way. Retiring and taking over a head coaching role at a high school. I think it's either his local, like the high school he went to, or just somewhere in his local area. But shout out to him, man. Already getting praised for going to be a good coach down there. I can't wait to see it. Maybe he makes his way up to the league as a coach. That would be great, but, you know, got to start at high school, ball out, go coach at college, make throws like this on the run. As that's a great diving play by somebody that's trying to make a roster spot today. KJ Hamler trying to force his way onto this team some way, somehow. And I'm telling you right now, diving catches like this do not go overlooked in the preseason. And because of a catch like that, we actually ended up winning this preseason game. Remember, at one point we were down 17-7. I know it doesn't mean that much, but to be able to come back in this one 20-17, I very much so appreciate it. I mean, the boys in this one were doing their thing. The offense was looking great. Didn't run the ball that much in this game. I think we had Torrey McDougall kind of come in here for a little bit. Zach Moss did great, but McDougall really struggled. I don't know if it was because he was playing with the backup offensive line. The Eagles also kept in, man, I can't remember his name right now, Jalen Carter at defensive tackle. So he was running with the backups. So he was completely destroying basically most of our run attempts. So I don't know whether to put down the undrafted rookie of the offensive line or the fact that the Eagles just wanted to bully us some more. But it is what it is. Game 1 of the preseason in the books, and we jump into game 2. Like I said, offense gets the first 2 drives here. We want to focus on some of our key players. So Josh Downs is the subject of the story this time around, getting, you know, suplexed out of bounds, but hanging on to the ball. Still looking strong. Then we come right back to him on the curl route, getting the first down. 2 really bad licks there, but at least it's 2 catches to get us all the way up the field. And then Richardson moving the legs, getting out the pocket, finds a wide open receiver. That's Downs yet again. Just showing that he knows how to find openings in the defense, get open, make plays. That's 3 catches on this drive alone. Let's make it 4 here as he gets the ball right there on the slant route, breaking a couple of tackles before getting taken down. And he's led us basically all the way up the field to go ahead and just be capped off here with a Jonathan Taylor run up the middle for the first score of the game. So like I said, in my head, Josh Downs is wide out number 2 behind Michael Pittman Jr. I think that's a great one too. I love the playability. I mean, he's not that fast, but he plays fast in the game at least. It seems like. So he seems like a very good slot that would match up well with the big body physical receiver like Michael Pittman Jr. So I can see both them boys actually going off for 1,000. Mo Alley Cox, you see the great play that he just had right there. Why not? Let's go back to the running back here on Jonathan Taylor. But I think he'll actually perform pretty well. I mean, overall aside, he's a good tight end. He blocks well. He catches the ball well. Here's we're going to find him in the back corner of the end zone. Toe tap cheese. Getting that thing down in the end zone. Touchdown is the call on the field. They actually ended up reviewing it here, but if you look at the feet, it was clearly in by a mile. And I mean, if he plays like that, he might survive getting replaced yet another year. I don't know. It depends on what this draft class looks like. If we got another first-round tight end option, sure. I don't know if I'm willing to give up a whole lot of stuff just to go number one to pick up a tight end, but we'll have to see how the tight end actually ends up playing out the season, see what his stats end up looking like. As we got Evan Hull here on the jukes. Currently sitting on the depth chart right now at running back 3. Zach Moss looking like running back 2. Torrey kind of played his way into running back 5. So Evan Hull kind of looking like he needs to earn his spot here on this team. Woods still performing great. Great big body catch there to put himself in the way. Getting us up here for another touchdown score. Another young rookie trying to make the roster here. That's Tyree Cleveland. Number 15. Trying to make his way onto the spot. Trying to get off that practice squad roster and not be cut. And it's plays like that that lead us to these victories, man. We're 2-0 in the preseason, and it's all because of the offense, really. I mean, the offense is looking great. It's got me excited for week 1. If you guys have been watching this with me, y'all got to be excited for week 1. The passing game is looking great. The running game, it's looking pretty smooth. We haven't had too many run highlights, but I was also trying to force the pass a little bit more because I feel pretty confident when I run. You saw the first game, we had wide open lanes. Jonathan Taylor is one of the top 5 backs in the league right now. I'm not worried about the run game. We got to work on, do we have the accuracy to throw that thing? And do I have the receivers to get open? And can I trust my tight ends? That's what I was wanting to focus on offense. On defense, I just wanted to see the young guy shine. So Vince Anthony actually getting +3 to his man coverage here. So we upgraded the man-to-man. And my boy is almost at 90 man coverage already. Looking like a solid option to stick on the outside if we could ever fix up that zone. He'll be a great receiver for us. Or not receiver, but cornerback for us. As we jump into game number 3, this is going to be the one where mostly starters are going to take over here. As we have Anthony Richardson showing off the legs yet again. Great read option to the outside. We got plenty of those this season that we're going to be running, of course, to make sure his legs are nice and on the move here. We're going to hand this one off up the middle. Jonathan Taylor, pretty good run here. As I told y'all, we weren't worried about the run. Offensive line is holding up, doing their thing. We want to see what Richardson's arm can do as he's going to get out of the pocket here. Rolling out to the side. Finds triangle in the end zone. I know I'm saying fine triangle like we ain't got names. Josh Downs once again showing out and proving to me why he should be over Alex Pierce. I think if you look on the base roster, I think he is wide route number 3 and Pierce is wide route number 2. Definitely showing he's wide out number 2, at least to me in my eyes. And here goes Woods yet again. Showing that maybe we can run 2 tight end sets here. Mo Alley Cox and him making plays up the field. As look, we're going to go right again to Josh Downs up the field. Juke move had the man sliding on skates. And puts us here in a situation where we have 4th and 3. Why not? It's the preseason. Throwing over the middle, Michael Thomas. I almost called him Michael Thomas. Michael Pittman Jr. I mean, they play the same. Big body, physical receivers. Number 1s in their respective offenses. And I'm a Saints fan, so you can't fuck me on that one. But great play down there to get a touchdown. And then here comes, yet again, Josh Downs. Making great plays. I almost forgot that he was a rookie last season. Obviously, didn't, at the time of recording this, we already know who won Rookie of the Year, so obviously he wasn't in the running for that. But he had a phenomenal rookie season. We're looking to build off of here in year 2, not let him hit that sophomore slump. As Richardson, we wanted him to hit his actual original rookie year 2 as well. Once again, showing those legs working. That injury did not do anything to his mental confidence. Just running straight into the end zone. Look at this game. 21-21 here. Like I said, this is mostly starters. 1st and 20 after a penalty. Josh Downs gets 2 great blocks up the field. He's going to take this one all the way to the crib, and Naruto running into the end zone. Man, if I could set everybody up with their own personal celebration when I hit those buttons, everybody would have the Naruto running this bit. Because I promise you, we're Naruto running into every touchdown that's going to happen this season when it's a long one. And here goes Torrey McDougall again. Like I said, I wasn't sure if it was the bad offensive line or if it was the fact that they left one of their starters low-key, one of their key starters in the game. So I want to give him another chance here. We had already looked at the other backs on the roster here. Running back 4, he actually ended up fumbling one time, which kind of like threw me off a little bit, which kept him at 4. Now Torrey's trying to really work his way to see what he can do. And honestly, after back-to-back good runs, he's looking once again like he could be running back 3 as we throw this one to the corner. And that's Dublin. catching that one, getting the toe tap down. Ashton Dillon or Doolin. We're going with Doolin. Catches that one on the sidelines. He's actually coming back from injury too from last season. So he only got to play in this last quarter, basically of preseason. So I'm not sure if that's enough to, make a roster, but 419 yards passing. You could definitely tell we were trying to show an emphasis today. 165 yards on the ground. Really proud of the O. 700 yards in a preseason game, I feel like is crazy. The fact that we also gave up 500 though, but over 200 through kick returns. So, you got to take out a little bit of that with a grain of salt. But offensively, we look good. Defensively, we were straight. And now it's time to go ahead and make these final cuts. But before we do, we got to check the stats and see who earned their way onto this roster. Anthony Richards, 600 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 66% completion rating. Great. Teddy B, 17 for 30, 2 touchdowns. Kellen Mond, 9 for 14 in a touchdown. They'll probably look just like that. Taylor, 5.1 in the touchdown. We weren't worried about him. But Torrey bounced back in that second game. His average was at like a 2.1. So he raised it to a 3.9. He was at like 10 rushes for it was less than the 30. Like 10 rushes for like 18 yards. And immediately boosted that in one game. So I got to give him, honestly, running back 3 spot right now in my mind. Evan Hull did pretty good with the 4.5. Goodson did good with the 4.9, but he had that fumble. And of course, Zach Moss, he did pretty bad with a 2.7, but he did prove himself a little bit before this, and especially in some of the other games that we went through. So receivers, Downs and Woods, Boyd Cox, all show that they need to be, secondary options. We weren't worried about Pittman Jr. Great job by KJ Hamler, though, and Tyree Cleveland, showing that they wanted to be on the roster too as well. We'll have to see who has practice squad eligibility and who actually can make the roster or who's going to have to get cut, because a lot of these receivers didn't do too bad. I was really impressed by how they played, but you only got so many spots, and you saw we got to make 22 cuts on this team, and they can't all be on defense. Although I was impressed by the defensive performances. You saw Manny Bell there with 22 tackles. We have to go back to that here in a second. I wanted to check out these sack numbers, see who's really giving that up. Will Fries with 2. Jackson Byron as a backup gave up 2 sacks, so that's kind of alarming from my left tackle. So I have to keep that in mind should my left tackle ever get hurt. But Manny Bell, 22 total tackles. He was all over the field as a rookie. 2 sacks by Tart too as well, with 3 for tackles for loss. Manny Bell even had 3 tackles for loss. Franklin, you see there with 3 tackles for loss. Interceptions, we only had 1, which is Julius Brents. I don't know if I got to turn up the interceptions rating. We did drop a lot of them, but we also weren't in position to make a lot of those plays. So I don't know if we just need better DBs, better play calling from our defensive coordinator, or to turn up the interception slider. We'll have to see if I see a whole lot more dropped interceptions, because of course we'll be messing with those sliders, trying to get them as close to as perfect as we possibly can. And here in the background is Grim Reaper week. It's the time that we have to go ahead with our scythe, our cloak, and our what are those things called? The creepy plague doctor mask. Yeah, we got to walk around the locker room and go ahead and take people's playbooks, because it's time to cut some people loose. Tyree, I'm sorry you had no more practice squad eligibility. You got to go. A lot of the tight end room is going. I'm only keeping 3 guys here, so of course we're putting some on the practice squad, but others are getting cut here. Ogletree, the practice squad. Luke Rhodes, I don't even know how you made this roster at 28 overall, but you're getting cut. I think he's one of those players that's long snapping only. Long snapping ratings don't really matter. I could just put my best offensive lineman there and it'll be fine, but it is what it is. We got to go ahead and cut the offensive line down. I only like to keep 10 of these guys total. So any thirds in the groups are basically getting cut down or moved over to the practice squad. If you are too old, or I feel like putting you on the practice squad is not going to do anything and your overall is too low, why would I put you on the practice squad when you are 28 overall and I got a 21-year-old way better than you already? I'm just going to go ahead and cut you, and I don't lose any cap hits for penalties. So that's great news. Now, we made a lot of cuts on offense, already going through 10 of those. We already made the equal amount of cuts on defense too, as we had, for some reason, a lot of edge rushers when I don't even think we need this many. Of course, it's good to have this much depth, but what do they always say? When you multiply 0 times anything, it equals 0. So if you're not good at something, I just got a bunch of depth of people that aren't good at something. I'm saying, what good is that going to do? So we went ahead and cleared up the edge rushing room on both the ends and the outside linebackers. We're going to clean up the DB room, getting some of the older faces out there. When we do have a lot of young guys that are at least showing some promise. We're getting the safety rooms cleared up here. Marcus Clifton, I wanted to see if he could possibly make it. He had the skills to possibly be like that big G nickel, where he was a strong safety doing a lot of man coverage on tight ends or other wideouts, but Didn't see enough from him to where I can go ahead and clear him up and play on the roster. Here we had Nick Cross, 5 years younger, but 2 overall points less than just Ronnie Harrison Jr. So I just wanted to see real quick if a trade would be possible. There were no trades that popped up. I cycled through the whole lineup and nobody was interested in him at all. Like not even just for like a 7th round pick in the future. So we ended up just cutting him. Hopefully another team picks him up. Nobody wanted to trade for him, so I don't know if he'll be signed in free agency. But with that move, that basically clears up the lineup for us. So we're going to go ahead and make a couple of practice squad signings here. Want to get a couple more offensive linemen on the squad. So here, left guard Jason Poe out of Mercer. Good run blocking, good pass blocking skill set. 25 years old. I think we can probably develop it. At least have good solid depth behind some of the guys that we have. So we'll be signing him to the practice squad. See how good that he can develop and turn into. Then we go to middle linebacker. Found me a zone middle linebacker here as well. It can play good in pass coverage. On UDFA here. Rookie that didn't get signed. And then I see over at receiver, somehow John Meachie III, I guess from Houston, they didn't want him anymore. They put him over here. And the more the merrier, the good receivers. I thought he had a little bit more speed than this, but yeah, I'll take him. We signed him up on the roster, so I got to go back and cut somebody else. So sorry, Ashton. We'll take the $1 million penalty, but clear up $3 million in cap space. He'll have to unfortunately go. And that'll put Meachie. He'll be receiver number 5, but he's got basically the same overall kind of as Woods. Woods just has a bonus right now due to morale. But, I mean, he's got good skill sets here. 90 speed, 92 excel. Catching traffic is 81. Catching overalls is 79. Spec catch 80. He's got decent route running abilities. I think we could develop him. Another young receiver to add to this core to keep everything straight. Now, after that, of course, we do have to, upgrade our coaches too as well. We can't just have the players be the only ones upgraded. So I'm upgrading the main head coaching tree because doing this will not only help us with getting more of those focus players to get up to 6, but also helps us out with our offensive and defensive coaches getting their skill trees to be less efficient. I'm playing on a higher setting to where it'll be harder to do, but it is what it is. Now I see on here the Bears have actually signed Alfonso Colvin, a receiver of ours. They signed him off of our practice squad, so he will be no longer with the squad. So bye. He's heading over to a new team. Hopefully they use him well though. I'd rather see somebody on another team getting used than be on our practice squad anyway. So it does suck. He actually was a decent receiver, but hopefully he puts up some decent receiver stats then. Now, of course, we have the rest of the stuff to go ahead and get into, and we are getting close to game 1. So if you guys can't wait for it, go ahead and throw a thumbs up. I wanted to go with a modest little answer here as far as our goals. Made the playoffs, I feel like should be the goal, especially after a year like last year, but not really sure how much better we got. We kind of got some new faces in, still got younger. So I'm going with 7 wins here. Really, the real goal is more like getting 9 wins again. And I'm not sure 9 wins will be good enough to get to the playoffs here in the AFC, but I really wanted to get 9. Here you can see the coaches and our scouting focuses here. Interior offensive line, guards, centers, defensive tackles, tight ends, outside linebackers, mainly just the right side. So we just wanted to go ahead and get the right guys and prospects to go ahead and look at those positions. Also cornerback as well, seeing as it was a strong position in this year's draft. Going into the game, we definitely want to focus on dominating offense because, like I said, that was the main focus in preseason. Making sure the offense can score a lot of points. This defense is just got younger. We got 3 rookie starters really out of 1 draft on defense in very key positions: safety, slot corner, and outside linebacker. So definitely got to focus on the offense more so we can keep the points going up. And I actually want to focus more on the run game here. We know it's good, and obviously if we're scoring a lot and chewing up clock when we're doing it, they're not going to have as much time to score. So 1 or 2 stops here and there, especially against the Texans offense as good as this one with CJ Stroud that we'd have to go up against. I think that's a good game plan to go into this game and try to get this dub. Now, of course, before we do, we got Juan Barrett getting an upgrade here just ahead of the game, upgrading that finesse moves just a little bit, going up to a 74 overall now with the morality boost. It's 83 to his finesse move, 71 on his block shed. And with all that being said, it is time for NFL kickoff, man. The 2025 season? 2025 season. 2 rookie QBs going back and forth. Added in this one, Anthony Richards, CJ Stroud, the Houston Texans defense that is young and getting good, ours that is young and getting good. 2 teams that's honestly following a very similar blueprint. Young receivers that are helping out their quarterback, good running backs behind them, and defenses that are young but building. Only difference is I think they got a couple more playmakers than we do, but we're definitely going to try to show out today and show why we should have slid into the playoffs and not them. And away we go with kickoff here on the first week of the NFL season, man. Getting everything kicked off against the division rival. What better way to start off the year than having to go up against what I would say is one of our toughest opponents. I mean, we still do have Jacksonville in this division. So, I mean, it's really a three-headed division at this point. You know, Tennessee is kind of falling off right now, but this is going to be one of the teams that we're going to have to beat if we want to get to the postseason. And C.J. Stroud is going to look to build off of an incredible rookie season. I'm not sure if he won Rookie of the Year here in this one. I got to go back and relook at the awards. But he definitely won Rookie of the Year in real life. So we're going to have – our defense is going to be up to the task of trying to slow this man down here today, as already looking mobile in the pocket, finding his number one target there, Tank Dell there for a catch for the first down. Coming right back up the middle. Great run there by Dameon Pierce, who I put in my fantasy league for one of my teams. I think I dropped him by halfway through the season. I really thought he was going to go off again this year like he did last season, as that's a great sack there by rookie Juan Barrett. Only giving him half credit on that one. I guess somebody else came in and helped him. But like, to me, he at least finished off the job, so he should have got a full sack there, in my opinion, throwing right over the head of the rookie Bell. But yeah, I thought he was going to go off this season. It didn't really kind of have the year that he did, you know, that I thought he would have following everything up. Of course, they had Devin Singletary, who, you know, at least builds off of what they already had and at least kept a good running game going. But here today, we're going to see probably a strong dose of Dameon Pierce. There's no fall off here in this series like in real life. So we'll see if he's able to have or put up high production here. They're going to motion out of the backfield. Go to an empty look here. C.J. Stroud throws it over the middle, and Tank Dell drops it. Clutch drop there from the defense, at least. As on 4th and 6 here early, they're going to go for it. Houston being aggressive here. Throw goes out to the out route, and that's Tank Dell again. Making up for the drop pass, getting ahead for the first down. I know you saw that down below. Jacksonville is playing Tennessee too as well. So division rivalry games all over the NFL here today, as that ball has gone long. Stroud missing his target on first down, comes back at second down, rolling out of the pocket, throws it out of the sack, and he finds his tight end. Bulldozing his way forward for the first. Way to move out of the pocket. That's one thing we're going to have to worry about here, is him getting mobile out of the pocket, as that time just barely going out before getting sacked. As it looks like the Colts will bring pressure here, or at least on that last drive here, dropping back into coverage. Getting the loose ball to be knocked down. That's rookie Pierre Collins in coverage in the zone flats. And we have another 3rd and 10 here as Houston motions into another formation here entirely. Looking, throws it short of the first down sticks, and they will be dropped for another 4th and 6. And this time they'll just go ahead and settle for their 3. I guess they just wanted to get closer. This time didn't want to risk it in case they couldn't pull it off twice. So Houston takes the early lead here in the game with that field goal 3-0. And that'll bring on Anthony Richardson. Didn't play much his rookie season. Obviously got hurt in game number 3 of his career. Ended up walking away with 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, almost 500 yards, as well as I think 2 more rush, or it might have been 5 total touchdowns, including his rushing ones too as well. So we'll go ahead and get things kicked off here with a triple option to Jonathan Taylor. He gets a clutch block up the field by the second halfback. He's got nothing but daylight. The 20, the 15, stiff arms 1, and then gets tackled by 2 Houston defenders in pursuit. But that is how you open up a ball game on offense. 67 yards down the field for Jonathan Taylor. And that is a great way to start off the first game. So let's go ahead and give it back to him. See if he can finish up this drive of his. As on 2nd and goal, we'll stay in the shotgun. Blitz is coming in for Houston. Throw goes out to Michael Pittman Jr. Getting taken into the end zone there for a great play. Dragging straight across the middle of the field, as we were able to go ahead and bring that in and secure it. Somehow getting across the line too as well. And that's why you go get a big physical receiver. Look at him catch this one and just ease his way over that line just barely. And that's Richardson's first passing touchdown of the season. As we'll go ahead and stay here on offense, defense is able to shut down Houston here as we go late in the first. Taking things right back to Jonathan Taylor. Great run blocking up the field. Now, if only we got run blocking from our receivers too as well. So we'll drop back here with Richardson. Throw goes out into the flats. There goes Josh Downs making big plays like we saw in the preseason. I'm already predicting 1,000 yards for him and Michael Pittman Jr. So hopefully they live up to the hype and expectations, as this is going to be a ball deep down the field, just out of reach for Jonathan Taylor. Putting him one-on-one with the linebacker seems like a huge mistake to me, and we couldn't capitalize on it, but we will capitalize on the run here as Taylor just juked the wrong direction. I think if he goes left instead of right, that might be 6. 1st and 10. Coming to the end of the first here. Throw goes out. That's Mo Alley Cox with the catch, getting us down closer and closer to the red zone. But there is an injury here, as it looks like Raymond going to the locker room with the injury, gripping that arm. We'll have to see if it's a shoulder or a wrist or what. But here, 2nd and 6, up the middle. Taylor with another great block there, going up the middle, and another injury here, as this time Quentin Nelson goes down. He looks like he's just sitting. So that's the entire left side of our line now is backups. So we'll have to look and see if that holds up for us here, as there goes some pressure. Not able to make it happen, and it's 4th and 1 though, as that looks like a high ankle sprain on Quentin Nelson. He will not come back, as well as Ryman. He also did not come back too as well. So both are out for the game. We'll have to see how long-term those injuries are here, as it's 4th and 1. Richardson rolls out of the pocket, cuts back to the right, and finds his open target. Alec Pierce is wide open on the sideline. And that is a crazy way to end the first quarter. That was the last play. We go in with the lead 7-3, and we are in goal territory. But let's go back and look at this play one more time. Clean pocket for a second, rolls left, sees 2 immediately come out. So instead of following that way, he rolls back right. And honestly, if he looks right there over the middle, he might have that in route for a touchdown. Instead, he goes quickly to Alec Pierce for that out route. Gets it right on the sidelines. Toe tap swag. And because of it, it's 3rd and goal here, as we have an open target in the end zone. Maybe questionable defensive PI there on that one, but no call. We're not going to risk it again here on 4th down. And just like them, 1 4th down conversion is our limit per drive, as we'll go ahead and put up 3. Staying again with offense. Defense is looking good here so far. So good. Only giving up 3 points so far to this Houston offense. This is a read option. Anthony Richardson up the middle, and finally gets taken down there after grabbing a 1st down with an 11-yard rush there. And that's why we got plenty of read options this year. We want to get him mobile. We want to get him moving and use those dynamic legs and that arm strength that he has too, as well as that's going to be a great pass. Mo Alley Cox once again on the sideline, getting the feet down, getting his big body in the way, really shielding it like he was trying to protect off a rebound. As I like the idea there with that one. It was there. Josh Downs just couldn't get inside leverage to go make the play happen. And then here, taking a sack on 3rd and long already will just take us up for a 4th and long field goal here, as we're coming to the end of the 2nd quarter. We will go up 2 scores though, thanks to that. 13-3. And now back to this Houston offense. Going under center is CJ Stroud. Blitz coming in for Indianapolis, and they get to him in the backfield. Samson and Bucum gets to CJ Stroud, who was running for his life back there. This time we're going to sit back and only send 4, and the coverage wins out for us, as that one is knocked down. 3rd and long here. Only about 2 minutes left in the first half. Stroud loads up, fires this one deep. Double coverage, and Blackman will go in and pick that off. And he gets up with plenty of space to run too as well. Cutting back to the right before getting knocked down. And I got to say, I'm electric after that interception. We keep points off the board and give the ball back to our offense that has been moving pretty well here today. And they find Josh Downs over the middle, getting into Houston territory. Coming fresh out of the 2-minute warning. Still looking to run some more plays here to try to get some points on the board. We want to at least get 6 if we can't get a full touchdown. So it looks like we're going to stay shotgun here. Dropping back, finds his tight end yet again. That's Mo Alley Cox again, being a sure man for him. And I said Cox earlier. That was actually Woods that made that toe tap grab. We're going right back to him here. And a bad throw into double coverage as well. We give the pick right back to them. And not only that, a huge run back gets them close to field goal territory with a minute left and all 3 timeouts. So can Stroud get some last minute points and make this a 1-possession game here, as that's a throw over the middle to Pierce, shrugging off one tackler. They call timeout right after the play. They still have 2 more, 48 seconds to go. Probably maybe about, honestly, about 6 yards, maybe from a good, at least secure field goals. This one's going to go over. There's a sideline. And that is Kenny Moore Jr. Going ahead and knocking that one down there. I thought that might have been out of bounds, so thankfully he got over and was able to knock it loose. Great cut up the middle, though, off the juke. And Houston is in field goal territory. They only have one timeout left in 33 seconds. It looks like they have some aims to possibly go to the end zone here as they go shotgun. Stroud is trying to move out the pocket, running around. He will get taken down by Kwity Paye. First sack of the season. And thanks to that sack, we were able to go ahead and hold them. They just ended up wasting time down, using their final timeout, and just going in and kicking a field goal, heading into the half. It'll be 13-6. Houston doing exactly what they needed to do here to at least get this game back close as we head into the half. Pretty good on the snaps. I'm going to pay attention to that too as well. We want to be close to where the league is, so I'll use that to adjust how much time the games are going. Right now, 12 minutes is looking like it's okay. As we go ahead and look at some other games around the league, you know, at halftime, we have a division rivalry game here, Jacksonville and Tennessee. It looks like Jacksonville, 10-0. DeAndre Hopkins actually has no catches in this game, as Trevor Lawrence already has an early touchdown. They are up big over there. We also have Carolina playing in Cincinnati. It looks like they're getting thrashed by Joe Burrow and the Bengals, 21-7. Young, proving pretty good, 5 for 11, over 100 yards and a touchdown. Nico Brown with a 72-yard touchdown catch for him, so that's probably why the numbers are inflated. And then up in Philadelphia here, a tie ball game with the Pittsburgh Steelers at 14. Don't tell me the Eagles have fallen for grace or the Steelers are actually improving. You know, they slid into the playoffs just barely last year. Are they going to be an actual for sure playoff team this season in the AFC and give us more things to worry about? Only time will tell. As we go ahead and jump right into the second half of this game, still up 13-6. We want to get this run game back popping because it was leading us very well in the first, as Taylor's still over 10 yards a pop right now. 12 carries under 25 yards. As we go 3rd and 5 here, getting close to midfield, we'll hand it off to him again. That should be enough for the first down. It's still going back to another 3rd down. We're going right back to him again. This time they send the blitz. It comes right up the middle. They're able to go ahead and stop it, making it 4th and 4 here. You just go ahead and take the 3. You do. Just go right back up by a 10-score lead. At least keep it 2 possessions here, as the defense has been playing good, so why not trust them? Now, although I might be an aggressive coach, and this is going to be a realistic rebuild, but you guys got to know I'm an aggressive coach, so there will be times where I go for it on 4th down where it might not seem too. I'm Dan Campbell reincarnated, you know what I'm saying? So I will be going for it on 4th downs. That one right there just didn't seem likely, and we were playing so well on defense, I didn't want to, as Damian Pierce actually now going down with an injury for them. So they'll be into their backup halfback. Like, we have most of our backup offensive line in this game, as they go ahead and find him with the first catch of the drive. As Houston looking to do anything to get on the board. They're trying to line up in one formation, switch to a different formation. We'll see if it works here. There's a penalty flag down. Everybody's running, so it's a free play, it seems like, as we got to go see what the call is on the field. And they're going to get illegal contact on Zaire Franklin. I guess he hit somebody after the 5-yard marker here. And then they go back to the halfback here on the sideline. It looked like Jackson was trying to rush over there in coverage. They might have been in man and snuck it out just in time on the wheel route. Houston looking like they're driving here. They're taking advantage of the penalty. Great play by the halfback. Throw goes out here. That's knocked down where there's a penalty flag. That one might be roughing the passer, as that was thrown in that area, and it will be unnecessary roughness, roughing the passer. Tierra Tart, the free agent that we signed this year, costing us here. Gives them 2nd and goal. They're going to toss it out to the halfback. He stiff arms the rookie Collins. And that is Kareem Hunt, getting them down 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line. What do they do here? Why not hand it right back off to him, as he will dive into the end zone? Oh my goodness. I think that is Blackman that just got dove on top of and bulldozed into the end zone. Noki, I feel like that should be helmet-to-helmet contact on the offense. He dove straight in head first and knocked my dude over. First touchdown on the game for Houston, and now it is a 3-score game, as Richardson's going to have to answer back. Had his receiver, just did not get over the head of the DB. Great play there to get burnt, but still be in position to make an effort on the ball. Richardson will roll out of the pocket. He's going to take off and use his legs himself as he just goes ahead and dives forward. Good little gain there, as we are in the 4th quarter now. So it is clutch time, crunch time. Dropping back, has a wide open Pittman Jr., and he throws it out as we reach. They're going to come right back. I told you guys, we'd be going for it on 4th. if we could. 4th and 3. This is a clutch time. This is where we need a first. They go man coverage and leave Pittman way too open. They did not press down on their man, and he ran a simple drag route and had plenty of space to get the first down. As the Colts will come back with a read option here. This is Anthony Richardson with a great block by Alec Pierce up the field. That's going to be a touchdown there for Anthony Richardson. He's thrown for one, and now he's rushed for one as well in his comeback tour, showing that the legs are just fine from the injury last year, even though it wasn't a leg injury, but showing that he's just as good from his injury last year, rushing that thing in. Great block from the receiver Alec Pierce there. And just like that, we go right back up by a score of 10. It is 23-13. And Houston is running out of time to do something. As we knock that ball loose, they're going to go for a 4th down conversion of their own. This looks like Indianapolis will press their DBs here. Looking for an open man. He's got him underneath. That's Tank Dell for a clutch first down grab. Looks like although they pressed, they also backed off coverage too, allowed the underneath drag route to get open. Colts defense looking like it's a little bit lax in zone coverage. Man, they seem to be okay. The zone coverage is looking kind of weak here. That's thrown over the middle. Schultz with a great catch. Collins with a great tackle. Otherwise, that could have been 6. And here on 3rd and 8, inside the red zone, inside goal territory, he will throw to the back corner of the end zone. That is Tank Dell, his favorite target, getting into the cribbo as they answer Indianapolis' touchdown right back with one of their own. Running a simple cover 2 that low, and he was wide open in the back of the end zone as nobody fell back to cover that. Watching for the short routes again as they try to run that same triple option they did at the beginning. No pitch out this time. Couldn't get it out in time as Will Anderson making the play on that one. Will actually stop it for a loss here. And then here on 2nd and 13, halfback tried to get him there. Only could get him for a half second as Brian Cashman is in the backfield for the sack. And on 3rd and 22, Richardson trying to get a playoff here, trying to make adjustments at the line, running out of time though, as that'll be a easy delay of game penalty for Houston to accept, as there is only 2.5 minutes basically left in this game. But now you have a 3rd and 27. Almost impossible to get this all back, but if you can get a little bit closer, maybe make a 4th down conversion possible, as that was way out of the reach of Josh Downs. 4th and 27, they will have to punt this ball back, and you just want to pin them back as deep as possible. Punting from in your own end zone. He will at least flip field position, put them onto their side of the field. But now CJ Stroud has 2.5 minutes to just get 3 to tie this ball game up. It is not looking good for Indianapolis, who has led all the way up basically most of this game. About 90% of this game has a chance of either tying it or losing this lead. 2nd and 4. Stroud switches the formation to a bunch right. Throws it out to his tight end, Schultz. Getting enough for a couple yards there. They go back again. 1st down, shifting the offensive adjustments again. As that one will be short. And great come up tackle there for Pierre Collins. And they're going to go with the hurry up here. Try to conserve timeouts if they can. Trips on the right side. Throw goes out to the drag route there. They go ahead and knock him out of bounds. That'll at least stop the clock. Great play there from Houston and their receivers as they are trying to make something work here. Stroud getting out of the pocket, looking, finds a wide open receiver. That is Victor Anthony in coverage. I don't know what just happened, but Nico Collins was wide open on the corner route. CJ Stroud rolled out of the pocket to avoid the sack, found his receiver wide open, and man coverage is actually something that Anthony's supposed to be able to do very well. But I don't know what happened, and that just sets them up for 1st and goal at the 2. They're going to just go ahead and hand this off to Kareem Hunt, and he is tackled in the backfield. Try not to let the strong man bully us here. As on 2nd and goal, they're going to go with the screen pass out to him. He stiff arms one, gets taken down by a 2nd defender, though. It's 3rd and goal. Stroud in the shotgun formation. He'll look, roll out of the pocket, making extra time with his legs, and finds his favorite target, Tank Dell, once again. His 2nd touchdown catch of the game, 2nd touchdown pass of the game. And Houston takes their first lead since the 1st quarter to go up 26-23 with 20 seconds left on the clock. Tank Dell just did a simple stop route, found some open grass. CJ Stroud rolled out to give him enough time and found him cleanly. And I cannot believe that might be how the cookie crumbles here. They're going to set up just for a field goal to make it a 4-point game. That'll go through. So now a field goal will not tie this game. They will need a touchdown if they want anything to happen here. Houston kicks this thing off. Can they get a good return? KJ Hamler back returning kicks for Indianapolis. It looks like he might have a lane here. Cuts back left. And he'll get taken down. So with 18 seconds left, all 3 of their timeouts. And yeah, I left momentum on. So, I mean, it's something that real NFL players got to deal with. There is momentum in games. There are times where the crowd is too loud. You don't know what's going on. But it looks like we knew what was going on for that catch. Big chunk of yards gained right there. Now Anthony Richards going to roll out a beta sack here. Looking, finds his receiver up the field. Doesn't cross the line of scrimmage. This is a big-time game for Michael Pittman Jr. Getting down to the 21. With 2 seconds left, this throw has to be in the end zone. They're going to go empty yet again. Trips to the right. Richards stays in the pocket. Throws before he's sacked. And it's intercepted. It's Houston. Will do what they need to do to get a dub. A game that was looking so good for Indianapolis. The defense played so well for what I would say is at least 3 quarters. Just crumbled in the 4th. Gave up a lot of late run points there to CJ Stroud. Allowed this team to come back. And when we needed them to the most, the offense kind of stalled out. We had plenty of chances to go get touchdowns where we had to settle for 3. And if we had scored, we might be looking at a different outcome here. 23-27 is your final as Houston comes away with the victory. Stroud, 70% completion percentage is amazing. But look at the team numbers here. Over 170 yards rushing. Didn't even get to 200 passing, though. We held them to under 300 yards of total offense. So I feel like our defense did a pretty good job. We just didn't do enough on offense. I think this is mostly just us not capitalizing when we needed to. I think the offense played good. It was just the fact that we got in the red zone 4 times. And 2 of those 4 times we had to settle for a field goal. 1 of them we completely missed in general. So only 1 of our 4 red zone trips ended with a touchdown while they had 3 for 3. Can't win ball games playing like that. So CJ Stroud, 47 pass attempts, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Richardson, 17 for 33, 215 yards, a touchdown and 3 picks. Taylor had a great game though, 7.2 a carry after that big run to start off the game, 19 for 137. Pierce and Kareem really kind of did bad, combined for 16 rushes, only like 35 yards. And then receiving, saw a huge game from Tank Dell, getting 2 of those touchdown grabs. Danny Schultz was used a lot of the tight end spot for us. Josh Downs, 5 for 66. Pittman, 3 for 60, catching the only touchdown. And then Molly Cox, 4 for 30. So still a lot of underneath stuff. We need to look more down the field. Maybe get some of our more down the field passes to start working a little bit better. And defensively, like I said, Vincent Anthony just had that bad rookie mistake. But they played great all game. We played in the nickel very well, 4-3, 46. We were in all of those defenses blitzing here and there, zone coverage, man coverage. I was really impressed until that 4th quarter. We even got some sacks in. And got some interception here for the day too as well from Julian Blackman. But that one costly error can always haunt you. And I don't know what Victor Anthony is looking at. My boy is looking back like Davis's mama. Just looking into the crowd, looking for hopes and dreams, saying, oh my gosh, the moment's too big. I got to cover this. Oh man, I'm beat. I'm burnt like burnt toast. I'm beat like it's not February. Like, that's crazy. Shout out to Go 30. But we ended up losing that game, man. Michael Pittman Jr., of course, didn't like how it felt. So, no bonuses from the fact that we didn't get a dub today when we definitely should have. But it's a long season. We know what we got to fix. Clutchness in the 4th quarter. We got to keep scoring. We can never take our foot off the gas. I think that's really what we did on offense. We kind of trusted the lead, and it kind of slipped away from us. Now, of course, coming out of the game, a couple of injuries there. Ryman and Woods, the only 2 that are still hurt. Woods will be coming back this week. Ryman will be out for at least the next 3, so we're missing our starting left tackle. So I have to figure out how we're going to replace that. Now, coming here into week 2, you see a breakout running back chance, but also a trade offer. Deo Odabingo. Got a couple of trade offers from a couple different teams trying to flip right in here with Houston. I don't know why I would trade with the divisional rival, especially somebody that's worse. They want to give me some corners. I feel like we got pretty good corner depth. I don't want any 7th round picks, so none of those seemed worth it. So we're just going to go ahead and ignore that and, leave it the same. But next time out, we will have another rivalry game as Tennessee is next up on the schedule. And how I'm going to do this series is we're not going to play like 1 game of video. Key games will be 1 of video. And like as you get later into the season, those will be 1 of video. Sometimes we'll do 2 or maybe even 3 in the video, depending on how the season's going. If we need to wrap up the season, we need to hurry up and get through a season because I want to get through this whole series, obviously, before the next Madden drops. So don't have a whole lot of time, only posting 3 days a week. So just be on the lookout for that, man. We are dropping Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern. So the next episode will be out very soon. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure you guys hit it with a like, Comment down below what you guys are thinking of the team. Let me know how you guys thought of the first game, any feedback that you guys want to give, and subscribe if you're brand new, sharing this out with friends and family. Man, road to 1K. Let's get it. But I'm excited. Jonathan Taylor, because that's all it could be, has a chance to upgrade his dev trait next time out. So if you guys think that he'll get it, let that be known in the comment section. Go ahead and leave predictions here on this video. Will he break out on his dev trait or not? Only time will tell. So it's been your boy, Coach Sly Cooper, and I'll catch you guys in the next video, aka SGG, aka King Out Game, aka the best to ever do it on the Madden sticks. So I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. I'm gone for the day. Later.